Hey, Four Seasons here. Really appreciate your time and help. Figured I'd give you a quick video on my Lifan Skygo. As I said, it's pretty much the same exact one as yours. Whether it is or not, I don't know. I got it with like 1,000 kilometers on there. Looks like the 5,500, and if you're saying change the oil after 2,000 of those, obviously desperately needs an oil change, which I wouldn't even know how to drain the oil without the manual, someone's help. And so I hate to have to pay someone like $100 or so to do it. But if there's an easy way to do it, or a way to get a manual, that's what I'm after. The chain guard, as you can see, is off. There is a lot of play in this chain, which I know it's going to jump its check. When you talk about an axle bolt, I'm presuming you mean this, and that this is the adjusting bolt. And then over here, I guess, is really how I loosen this axle bolt here, which I'm presuming it's not that, but it's that, and that the adjusting bolt is this. This looks like, it's like part of the brake or something, but I'm not sure. So I'm presuming is it this is the adjusting bolt, and this is the adjusting bolt. Just to confirm, the kill switch on this guy here, I'm not worried about when you talk about, cutting wires and matching wires up. It's all minor inconvenience. I'm not worried about that. The missing spoke right here, all these spokes are all good. I understand you have to buy like a whole kit, someone was telling me, and I figured if someone had an extra spoke for $1, I'd do it. But if you're saying if all the other spokes are good, which they are, I don't really have to worry about that. I too am missing this panel. It came off, and this is kind of loose. I guess it helps, when driving in puddles and mud, to keep that out of the engine. But I'm presuming it's just cosmetic stuff there. The blinker, which, the left one always works. The right one, it's working now. It usually always works when it's, when I'm moving fast, but sometimes it just gets stuck there. So I think you're right. It's definitely not the battery. Battery's fully charged, good battery in there. It's probably just an electrical thing, because I know when it gets stuck, if I just kind of wiggle this thing, it's very loose. It'll turn on. But again, that's minor detail. Spokes, minor detail. The kill switch on the stand is minor detail. But the play in the steering, like it kind of goes up and down like this, I was trying to mention, and then when turning, it has like this play before the wheel even turns. It seems like it's getting looser and looser. I see these bolts here. I see, it looks like there was a bolt in there and a bolt in here, but there's no bolts in there. I see the bolt here, see a bolt here, see like a center bolt there. Of course, I see some bolts out here. All those bolts that I can see on the outside, as I'm saying, they're all tight. I'm presuming there's something in there I got to get to tighten up the bearing or whatever you were talking about. But again, it's like asking me to do brain surgery. I just have no clue. So I don't know if it's really I need bolts that are missing in here and in here. I don't see any screws or bolts in there. I'm not sure if I just need to get something in there, or whether it's something totally different that would have the steering not so up and down loose and loose like that. The nice chrome mirrors. I don't know if the WD-40 can go on that to protect it from rusting. Someone told me some Pam cooking spray. These nice chrome bolts here. The chrome gear shifter there. You definitely made it clear that the chain should have oil, not WD-40. I presume WD-40 is better than nothing, but not the best thing I should do, so I'm going to take your advice on that. And other than that, she's running good. Definitely would need an oil change. How I do that, I'm not really sure. The steering, I'd really like to know I could tighten that up, just like to confirm that I am on the right axle bolt and adjusting bolts that you're talking about down there. And she's starting up good. Sounds good. And she's running good. Like I said, I know it's got to be at least 125 cc's, maybe 200. The book, at least the title I got, says 212, and it does do a good 60. So I'm presuming it's more than 100, unless yours is just definitely a little smaller than mine, even though they may look the same. And my reflector, lost one of those. I see you have the same type reflector. One of them came off. I think I heard it roll away. I could never find it. I have no idea where to get another one. I would just say, make sure yours are tight. I'm sure you know better than me. They're coming loose. And that's about where I'm at this point. Again, since I really appreciate your time. Again, not worried about the blinker and the sound, not really worried about the kill switch, not worried about the spoke. Again, my main concern is, if you want to do a video or copy a manual, or you think you'll walk me through it, just on how to drain the oil, whether it's just one jug of oil that I put in there, or half a jug, or all the jug, or anything's got to be mixed, I'm not sure. Tightening up the steering, tightening up the chain. Really the 3 points. I don't know if you do a video on how to tighten this thing up, what has to be undone and tightened. Obviously, I'd appreciate that, but, I'm going to take whatever help you can shed. And I'm down here in Florida, South Florida. Not sure if you're local or whether you're even in the United States, but that's where I am, and that's where we are. And this seems like it was connected to something. This is how it always has been. Everything's still working. I don't know if there's a way to secure it, or you want to show me how that gets secured again. I'm not going to get into every little thing here, just the main thing. Again, changing the oil, tightening the chain, and tightening up the steering is where I'm after. Because as I say, it's all I got, and money's tight. And basically, all the major, like Honda dealers and Yamaha dealers, I took it there once, the local, big dealer-type bike shop. They say it's too old, they're not going to touch it, they can't easily get the parts for this thing. I have to go to like a mom-and-pop stop, which I did once before to change the tire. I couldn't even find a replacement tire this size in the whole state of Florida. It took them about a week. They found one in like North Carolina. It's a real nice new tire. Looks like I'm going to need a back tire sooner than later. It's not too bad. Going to hang in there on that. And, but like replacing, a reflector and anything and everything else for this guy. I don't even know if this place is still in business. I heard this thing is like a Taiwan or Thailand. I don't know if that is China. I don't know if that's even considered China. A Korean make, whether it's all just Asian. Because I hear the cheap China scooters, that's what they are. They're just cheap China ones, but these Chinese ones. But this one seems to be a lot better built. Like you were saying, they run great, very dependable, and I'm not sure whether it's like a Korean or Taiwan, or whether it's just an upper Chinese model, or whether it's, just a dime a dozen Chinese model. If this Skygo is still in business, I really can't find much, if anything, about them on the internet, where really you can find, anything about anything. It's really how I got to you. And again, I do appreciate, any insight to any one of these little things that you can help me with, because she's still running now. I'd rather keep it the way it is than I do something and then I can't start it, and or obviously safety concern. I don't wear a helmet or anything in the state of Florida. Not sure about where you are, but It's not even safe to drive down here in a car, much less when I'm the smallest thing on the road. So I don't want to really take away anything from its safetiness, cosmetically, least of my concerns. Of course, I like it to look nice, but the steering seems to be getting looser and looser. The chain seems to be getting looser and looser. I know changing the oil is not a bad thing if you know what you're doing. And really could never figure out why they changed from these lights to these lights. I think someone was telling me because this was actually meant to be in Asia or in Europe, and due to some U.S. compliance issue or something, they put them here. I really like to see those lights work, and these lights here versus this thing here, these lights here, again, I don't know, I think that's just a U.S. compliance thing or something. And that's what I got at this point, and I'll see where we go from here. 10-4 over out.